comic book friends, I'm Travis, and it's New Comic Book Day! Or at least New Comic Book Day for me. Got my comics here. My handy dandy sheet is telling me that I only got a measly 17 issues this week. The lightest week I've had probably in a long time. I'm guessing that's largely due to independent books kind of taking the break, I think. I have been slowly cropping back some of the DC and stuff and that sort of thing, so that may be part of it too. But whatever the case may be, these are the books I got. So, Low, issue number 16. Super stoked to have this book back. It took a long break, so I'm excited to have it back and see what all goes on in this remender and really the important thing, the Tanichi artwork. So we really look at that super cool shark there. So, really excited to have that back, to read that and check that out and see what is going on in it. Next up, we have Lady Killer. Lady Killer issue number 4. Boy, it kind of feels like it was quite a while between issues. Maybe it wasn't, but super excited by this. As always, Jolene Jones' art, brilliant. The story is really fun. I just love her sense of style and fashion for this kind of thing there. And that's pretty ominous there. They are having their tea party. And then, of course, whoa, right here, they have some issues going on. So very much looking for that. As always, Jolene Jones' art, just brilliant stuff. Justice League of America, issue number 2. I guess this must be a twice-a-month book. Didn't realize that. So issue number 2. I guess I'll get issues faster, so I'll know quicker whether or not I want to keep reading it. Some elements as far as why they're together as a team. I like elements of the team quite a bit. We'll see how it all works together. Quite personally, the quicker they can get Batman out of the book, the better, as far as I'm concerned, because I just don't think he's needed. I think we can tell a story without having to have Batman in it. So, yes, Hellboy and the BPRD 1954 Ghost Moon. Super excited by this because Brian Torella is on art now. I really like his style quite a bit. He put out a book a while ago called The Secret History of D.B. Cooper. Go pick that up. I say a while. It's probably been 4 years now. I'm actually owning some original art from that. So I'm super excited to see him on this. I hope it works out well for him and for Dark Horse and the Magnolia Universe, because I think he's just going to do a great job, probably, would be my guess. So, colored by Dave Stewart. It's just going to be, I'm excited for it. It's going to be awesome stuff, I think. So we're looking forward to that. Hefty book right here. This is Grass Kings, another Matt Kent written book. Tyler Jenkins on art. This is a Boom Studio book. Really curious to see where this goes. Just that alone is visually interesting to me, to see what is going to be on in this book. No idea. I don't even know if this is a miniseries, if it's an ongoing. No clue as far as that goes. But this is a thick book. This book. Partially to the fact is, it feels like, just kind of checking it out, that cover is hard stock. So that's kind of cool. Next up, we have Batman Detective Comics. This is issue, 952? Deuce is on art. I think Deuce was Deuce on the last issue? Don't remember for sure. But definitely looking forward, as always. This has been fun. It's been a great book. One of the funner Bat books. More League of Shadows stuff as Shiva moves forward, whatever her plan is at League of Shadows. I'm curious to see how that all plays out and whatnot. It'll be an enjoyable read, I am sure. No doubt about it. Astro City issue number 42. Been really digging Astro City as an ongoing here lately. Curious to see what this is all about. I don't know who that character is on there with the palm branch. Almost looks like wings of sorts. So, see what that's all about on an island. Yeah. Batgirl and the Birds of Prey, issue number 8. This is Blackbird part 1. Well, I'll be curious to see how this pans out. We've got Nightwing on the cover, having his ass beat, of course. And we'll see what goes on inside. What's the story like? I like these characters. As a whole, the story continues to get better. The writing gets better. Generally enjoy the artwork as always. This looks like art by somebody else in this issue, so we'll see we'll see how that all works out. One of those books that's going to go up in price. And I don't know. I really like the characters, and that keeps me on the book, despite it being mediocre in comparison to some other books that I am inevitably slowly dropping on and whatnot. And there must be... Okay, so there must be... Oh, why the hell is it in a poly bag? Okay, so I don't know what's up with this. This is Red Hood and the Outlaws. Is issue number 8. Rockford cover. Rockford on the inside. Rockford used to do Red Hood and the Outlaws back in the day, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. You know, I think questionably Artemis is a little chestier here than otherwise. But I think this is who is Artemis? So clearly this is an Artemis-driven story, which is fine. Curious to see about her and stuff. Curious to see if Wonder Woman ends up in it. I don't know why this is in a poly bag though. I don't know what that's about. Is that because there's this whole other AMC special in here too, Into the Badlands, which I don't know why we need a comic book pitching that at us. You can just go to Netflix or whatever and check it out. Anyway, that's why that has a it's polybag. That is really weird. A Marvel #1, Man-Thing. Always been kind of curious about Man-Thing. Not like I've read. Let's get the English right. Read lots of Man-Thing stuff. So I'll be curious to see about this. R.L. Stine is the writer. Goosebumps doing the writing on it. So we'll see. We'll see what that ends up being like. You know, I don't know. Curious. My favorite Bat book right now, Mother Panic. This is issue number 4. And it has, the cover is by Edwards. The art on the inside is by Sean Crystal. Sean Crystal, last full series I think he did Illuminati for Marvel. Before that, he did the Arkham Manor, for those people who remember that. I really like his art. So we'll see what his art translates to in the Mother Panic story versus Edwards' art that normally does the art on it. Like I say, he does the cover. Super excited by this. Jody Hauser, great comic all the way around. Really, really like it. One of the monthly books that I won't be dropping because I just really enjoy the heck out of this character. It's been lots of fun. This is issue 9 of a new Superman, Coming to America Part 1 is the title of this. Rumble in Metropolis. So that'll be interesting. You know, he tangles with Lex Luthor, so that should be lots of fun. I said, I really been enjoying this. This has just been a really, really fun read. Another book I'm actually really enjoying, this monthly book that I wouldn't think about dropping, is issue number 8 of Superwoman. I'm assuming it's Superwoman, not Superwoman's. I don't think I'm supposed to put that S on there, even though they tack on the end of it. This is Superman Reborn tie-in. Boo. By the thread. So that part kind of sucks. So we'll see what that ends up being like as far as it being a tie-in to the Superman stuff. Which I'm thinking I read Superman last week. And didn't really give me, just kind of set things up to give me answers, and I'm not getting the Action Comics, so I don't know how that will end up reading as far as that goes. But I always enjoy Wonder Woman. This is issue number 18, Godwatch. With Blisk Everly doing the art. I just adore Blisk Everly's art, so I'm excited for that alone, regardless of what the story necessarily is in it. But I'm enjoying the story too, so interested to see what's going to be going on there. Wicked and Divine, issue number 27. Big stuff has been happening in this. The darkness, the evil, the whatever has appeared, and they're going to be engaging in that. So I'm really curious to see how that all pans out ultimately. Who really are the bad guys? Or are there bad guys? Or are there really any good guys? You know, they're just people trying to function the best way they can and whatnot. And the long waited return of Copperhead. This is issue number 11. New artist on the book. And we are back. Curious to see, I'm going to read this first issue without going back and reading the other stuff. And when I say long, we're talking year, 2 years hiatus, it seems like. At least a year. It's been at least a year. I would bet more than that, though. since the last issue that we saw. So I am curious to see how much I'm going to pick up just by reading this again. I have a pretty decent memory when it comes to comic books most of the time as far as plot, story, and that kind of thing goes. So I'll be curious to see whether I can just pick this up, or I'm going to have to go back and read some of those old issues to know where we're at and what's going on in it. Curious to see if this massive layoff finishes killing this book, because it's been so long, or people are just going to forget about it, not have it on their poll who were reading it before, or have just had enough time away from the book that they're not invested in it the way they were. Curious about all those things, how that all plays out. Curious to see how the new artist works. I think the last artist really kind of established what the book looks like. So it being a comic book, art is relatively important. So when it's an independent book and it suddenly changes art styles, lots of times that kind of sinks the book. Rat Queens for me, after it changed artists, kind of felt like it sunk the book. Bedlam was a really interesting book that Riley Rosmos did like the first arc or two of. Then it went to Gary Brown. I like Gary Brown's art, but it just completely changed the feel and of the book, and I think it sunk the book. I really Wolf. I enjoyed Wolf quite a bit. The first arc of it I loved, and then when it changed art, it changed the feel of the book. It feels like with the corporate books, we get used to it having art changes on it all the time. It's more of a mass production sort of a thing. And so, whereas I love some artists more than other artists, sometimes it doesn't completely annihilate the book to have a change in artist. But with independent books, it really feels like that those creators that were originally on the book, especially if the book goes 10 issues or so, really feels like that cements what the characters of the book and the vibe of the book are going to be, and then to suddenly have somebody else doing it sometimes really throws it off. I'm trying to think of ones where there's been an art change that hasn't thrown it off, and I can't think of one right offhand. Maybe you can think of some independent books that have shifted and it's worked out okay. I can think of like Vertigo books where that's done, but as far as these actual creator owned books, I don't know. And finally this week is the Lost Boys. This is issue number 6. I don't know if this is the last issue or not. I haven't been very excited by this, so it's bottom of my reading list. I get to it whenever I get to it, kind of thing. Whatever. I get it because it's part of the Vertigo bundle, where I get my books cheaper by going with the Vertigo bundle. So there's that. So that's that. There will be a comic book roundtable, short of there being some sort of an accident. Apologize for last week there not being a comic book roundtable. My head cold stuffiness that I talked about when I got my comics last week became full-blown seriously sick, and I just absolutely didn't get books read. I just finished reading last week's books just a couple days ago because I haven't been feeling very well. Anybody who might have been hanging around thinking there was going to be a show and then ended up not being one, apologize for that. Anyway, there will be Comic Book Roundtable this week, even if it's just me. I don't think it's going to be just me, though. But there will be some sort of a show. Barring, me not having internet or power or being in a traumatic accident or something like that, which isn't going to happen. So I will be here Saturday to talk some comic books, some sort or another. And then hopefully maybe I'll get some other videos out. I got some things that are kind of, in the fire to be made into videos. I just seem to have not had the time with the illness and whatnot. But that's for another video. Anyway, have a great one, everybody. I hope I had awesome books. Clearly I missed something. What did I miss? What are you excited about? Anyway, have a great one, everybody. Talk to you next time.